Good evening, and it is still raining and storming in some places across the coastal empire and low country. A little treacherous on the roadways. I was out in the WTOC Storm Chaser, even over the Talmadge Bridge, where you think the water would run down on the bridge. Well, it certainly did, and there were some moments where we had trucks splashing the WTOC Storm Chaser through the windshield was just soaked. I thought we were in a wake for a second. So we are seeing lots of lightning here within Effingham and Jasper County. So I know you guys are watching. Let it rain, says Susie Roberts. Pete Strickland, here's the thunder in Darien. That means it's going to lightning soon. And yes, Flo, thank you for that hail report. And hello, Angela, for saying hello first. So overall, this line will continue to push north-northeast. And whoever just said you hear thunder in Darien, there's the lightning that's crossing over the county line, pretty much out of the Wayne County into Townsend, and that's going to scoot past Darien and hit the Shellman Bluff area in the next, let's say, I would say 30 to 45 minutes. It's slowing down. So it doesn't have that daytime heating, that heat to really push it forward anywhere, but there is that front back to the west that's trying to push it toward the coast. So let's go ahead and take a deep dive. First, let's go out west, take care of y'all in Adrian, Swainsboro, the Kibbe area, Soperton. That's going to move toward Oak Park. That is moving north-northeast at about 10 to 15. It's slowed down a little bit, but it's got a lot of lightning and a lot of rain coming down in a little amount of time. And it's got some lightning associated. This is the biggest area of lightning and coverage of the heaviest downpours just south of the city of Springfield, parallel to 119, the Marlow area. Meldrum getting a little bit of break, but it's still raining there. Bloomington, Pooler on 95 and Pooler Parkway getting hammered right now. And then right here about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, let's say 10 lightning strikes within the last 15 minutes. It did a precipitation rate, if you live on Jamestown Drive, pouring like a son of a gun, and about 4.2 inches per hour. That's how much rain, that's how much moisture is in these clouds. And so if it stays over that area for an hour, you're going to get 4 inches of rain. However, it is moving, and when I did the query, the little precipitation rate about 10 minutes ago, this darker red was over the Jamestown neighborhood. So definitely it is moving. You'll probably pick up 2 inches in Effingham, in that area, in southern Effingham. The precipitation rate along 278 hasn't changed much. This has a problem. This is a problematic area. That's why I chose this area. This is 170 and 278 with the same coloration here, and the ramps start to flood when you get a lot of rainfall in a little amount of time. Luckily, even though we did have some good rain on Saturday, it's still pretty dry out there. I haven't checked that. It's dark. It may be hard to see. There aren't many lights in that area. So maybe 2 inches for, let's say, anybody who lives on 170. The Red Farm, isn't that what, the farm area? Not the Red Farm, but the farm. And in Pritchardville. Wider view shows how much rain we have received in the last 24 hours. And this is interesting right here. I was tracking the storm on I-16. Heavy downpours, and Flo reported some hail. I tweeted that to the National Weather Service. They needed those reports. We actually already talked a little bit, Dave and I. Maybe that would have been a warned storm, but we tried to get ahead of that storm for you by going on at 4 and out with the Storm Chaser and alerting you with tweets and Facebook posts, and being a first alert day that really developed. And I was on I-16. I said, well, I could get off at 67 or I could go to Metter. Probably should have taken 67. I would have gotten caught in that hailstorm on the north side of Statesboro on the bypass. So thank you for sending in your hail reports. We really appreciate that. We sent it to the National Weather Service. Pea-sized to dime-sized hail is considered a severe storm. But as I was heading out for the 7, so we took 95 and back. So this storm that produced a lot of rain in southeast Bullock and the Stilson and the Schubert area, that was tracking toward 17. And really, we're talking about possibly 3 inches along 17 between Marlow and Guyton. So that's some of the heaviest rain. Of course, back to the west, heavier rain as well. And this little line right here is actually not in the last 24 hours. I would say in the last 5 hours. So let me go back to the big picture and talk about some of the heaviest stuff with our live radar. The Townsend. All right, so Darien, you were talking about hearing that thunder. It is about to pour and storm. This is not a warned storm, but this is a potentially strong storm, and it does have the possibility of producing hail. All these storms are related to that line that was crossing from Bullock into Pembroke, Hinesville. So I can imagine from Townsend to Darien, reports of hail, if you get any, very welcome. Send your pictures in, do it safely. It's not huge, like it'll hurt you, but if you can, open your door, I know if it's lightning thunder, you don't want to do that. And you get some hail on your doormat or something, and put it in the palm of your hand, or compare it to something like a quarter or a dime on the table, and that's the best way to register and report your storm damage, but your storm reports. So looks like right here in Garden City, we're seeing that, and this is making its way to the east. Right now, we're seeing rain on the south side. We're seeing Georgetown, Grove Point along 280 and Fort Pulaski seeing that rain. Wilmington Island right here, not seeing that rain, but Tulahi, the Thunderbolt area, getting a reprieve from this rain right here, but that is slowly making its way east, and eventually you're going to get that rain. Hopefully by 9 o'clock that'll be there, and hopefully some of the lightning will have slacked off, because the history of this storm has been less lightning from Rincon down through Port Wentworth, West Chatham, Fort Argyle, but the most lightning now is in the McIntosh County area. And this storm right here, let's say Jasper/Bluffton, will continue to track along 278 and cross 170 into Parris Island, into Ladies Island, into Port Royal, and eventually Beaufort. Once again, the storm back to the west, the Nunez, Oak Park, Swainsboro, Twin City. Some of the heaviest rainfall still happening in Effingham and West Chatham. I did a query here just real quickly. If it continues to rain at the rate it was about 15 minutes ago, you could pick up 4 inches of rain. Now, yesterday when I put it out on Twitter and my Facebook page, I was talking an inch and a half. We're going to get way more than that because it's slowed down a little bit. And it's not stalled, but it's not moving as fast as it was earlier. So here we go. This precipitation rate, about 1.9 inches of rain on 278, and especially 170. If you live anywhere on Buckwalter or what's the other one? Not Buckwalter, but Bluffton Parkway. Anywhere in this vicinity of Bluffton, north of 46, you're about to get really, really rained on, okay? So I know a lot of you are commenting. I don't have, I can't say hi to everybody tonight. All right, we're hearing over the studios at Chatham Parkway. Springfield got several heavy downpours today. How you doing, Ella Bell? It's pouring in Port Wentworth, yes, and it's bad in Pooler. A lot of rain, but it's not severe. A lot of heavy rain. Let me go back to the wide view, but it's non-severe. So understand, I totally get it. You live off Pooler Parkway, Benton Boulevard, the Highlands, Pooler Highway 80. It is coming down really, really hard right now, but just know that I haven't gotten any hail reports with this line. I think that hail looks like probably from Townsend to Darien most likely, and this is kind of breaking apart ever so slightly in between West Chatham and tracking through the Georgetown area. But understand, when it's raining really hard, you're like, oh my gosh, when's it going to stop? we could most likely see this up until 9 o'clock as it does slow down. So let's take a tour back once again. And that heaviest rain in Port Wentworth, I saw somebody comment about that. You guys could pick up 2 inches. If you do have a rain gauge, a trusty rain gauge, if you have a digital rain gauge that you should have done a manufacturer reset, by the way. If you set it properly, love to get your rainfall totals from tonight especially. So we are getting a little bit of a break now. We will not get 4 inches in the Jamestown neighborhood or off Hodgeville Road or McCall or Blandford or anywhere in the pretty much centralized locations of Effingham County. But no doubt you probably picked up 2 inches from this line of showers and storms. And anywhere in Bluffton, south of 278, I know this is a shopping area here, but if you're on Bluffton Parkway, Buckwalter Parkway, along 170, the farm, Pritchardville, you could possibly pick up 2 inches. So it would be very helpful if you did send in your rain reports. These are estimated rainfall. Right now from Marlow to Guyton, I have 3 inches on Highway 17, and that was kind of 2 storms that combined. So we're going to move on here, and I did this time-lapse satellite and radar from really like 3 to 8 o'clock to right now. And so that's what happened. So this guy was racing to the north. We had something coming out of southern Richmond Hill. This definitely has some hail. If you're listening and you know somebody in McIntosh County, that storm has some hail associated with it. I can see that right here with the dark purple south of Townsend heading toward Darien. So please be careful out there, especially if you know anybody traveling 95 and 17 in the McIntosh County area. But I just wanted to show you this really just 1-2 punch in Effingham County along Highway 17. And so we'll continue to watch this, and now let's go out to the west where the front still is back to the west. It hasn't even made its way into Atlanta yet. Looks like we're dry in Statesboro, but that's where we got the first hail reports. Actually, the first hail reports were in Pembroke. Thank you so much. We didn't get any pictures. I think a lot of people were driving. They got home and they told us that they drove through a little bit of pea-sized hail. Then we got pictures from Statesboro. So we did send those to the National Weather Service. Your reports greatly help tell a whole picture, not just what happens what happens on the record with the airport, okay? So it is still in the upper 60s. We're talking about 70 in Swainsboro, 70 Vidalia, 70 Jessup. So this is doing a pretty good job of identifying where the heaviest rain is right now, but obviously it's a little farther south, okay? So as we head through the rest of the evening, still could get that last little push of energy, but it will not be severe, and we could still see and hear you may get woken up by some heavy downpours that could have some thunder and lightning associated with it. As we head into the morning, we'll be dry. It'll be 63. We'll get a light northwest wind, which will make it not feel as muggy, but the clouds are still in place. The humidity and the moisture will still be in place. So I think it'll be comfortable. We've left a 10% chance of showers in the afternoon, and that's along the I-95 corridor. That could be from the sea breeze or just some leftover moisture throughout the day. 8 o'clock, still 67 as we head through Thursday. 60 degrees, waking up, dry, sunshine. And then Thursday afternoon, we'll see a slight chance for showers coming in off the Atlantic, but we've kept it low. So we're waking up to 64 in Rincon, 61 Statesboro. This is 62 in Brunswick, and these icons are incorrect. Jamie, why didn't you change that? Here's our temperature forecast for most cities around the coastal empire and low country in the low 60s. But we've kept that 20% chance of showers because of that last little push of energy that I was talking about heading through the overnight and possibly waking up. Even that's wrong. That says 0%. So we'll make it up in the upper 70s. A couple of cities might reach 80, even 81 in Hazelhurst, 78 Savannah, 79 Statesboro, 74 Beaufort, and your complete first alert forecast, a 10% chance overall for Wednesday, a 10% chance later in the day for Thursday. If anything, it would rain a little bit of rain in the morning for Wednesday, 10% afternoon rain. Friday, 20%, Saturday, 20%. Next frontal system comes in Sunday. 50% chance, and then we kind of dry it out next Tuesday, and 75. So there's a little cool off there, 75, but a lot of 80s in there. We haven't had a straight 7-day with 80s just yet. Let me go back. My battery's about to run low, but I want to talk about, keep playing. Uh-oh. I posted pictures on your page. Okay, Michelle, I will, I haven't looked at them yet. I was in the storm chaser, and then I came back to the studio around 7:30. Stilson got hail after Statesboro. Thank you, Rebecca. Looking nasty in Falkville. Absolutely. Is it over now for Eden? You probably have the possibility of seeing some more showers coming in Eden, okay? Let me go back to the live radar, and that's our hour by hour. That's satellite and radar. Hang on for a second, because I've zoomed in here to kind of get an overall view. So you are asking about Eden, kind of slacking off here. This is Georgia 30. Here you are in Eden. There's still a little pocket of heavy rain back to the west, but nothing like what's pushing through now. So the rain's not over for you yet in Eden, okay? Really coming down in Rincon. Yeah, we've been talking about that. What about Vidalia for the rest of the night? So you are seeing, if this isn't, let me go, I think I've zoomed into here. So you're probably hearing that, but this is actually moving toward Oak Park. But there is a little bit of shower activity back to the west in Mount Vernon, and that may track over 15 into the Vidalia area over 280. So you're not done just yet, and there is some lightning associated back to the west. So please don't, I don't want to say let your guard down, but it's not over for Vidalia just yet, okay? Richmond Hill. So yeah, this rain will probably be falling in Richmond Hill for probably the next 40 minutes. It's slowly moving toward the coast. And what else? Beaufort. So this rain right here, just along 170, this is moving along 170, and that'll continue to push toward Parris Island and eventually Beaufort. This line alone, this little cell right here alone. And then back to the west, so you get heavy rainfall with lightning in the Beaufort area. And then back to the west, this still has to push through. And hopefully by the time it crosses 95, it won't have as much lightning as it does, say, in Rincon right now. But you still have another hour and a half for potential heavy rainfall in Beaufort County. Gillisonville. I don't know where that is. I'm going to guess Hampton County or Jasper County with just a ballpark range. So it's much lighter in Estill to Hendersonville, and there is a little bit of lightning. So if you are Estill 278, oh, that was weird. Did you see that? I touched it and the lightning went away like it was a touch screen or something. That was fun for me. It probably wasn't fun for you. So Estill to 170 to 119. Tarboro Road, still going to get some moderate to light rain for the next hour. So that, I think that's Gillisonville. You can check me on that. Clear right now in Evans County. Yes, Deacon, and it will probably remain that way for the rest of the evening, but don't be surprised if you get another light shower. I went hour by hour. All right. Cool. So, Linda, I kind of lumped you in with Gillisonville, but yes, light to moderate rain, and there is still lightning firing up near 95, and that'll continue to push toward Beaufort and Ridgeland, and there is more downpours with lightning back to the west that'll push toward Ridgeland as well. All right, cool. Yes, Tybee, you're getting the rain right now along Tybrisa, but all this still has to make it down Highway 80. So eventually Tybee will be that last little gasp. And you see it's still producing lightning off the coast. So you're probably getting a show if you're looking off into the ocean. And back to the west, you're probably seeing that. Well, there's that little, well, that's not on the beach. But anyway, so yes, Tybee, you still have the possibility of picking up an inch of rain coming towards like 9:30, okay? I can, sure. Somebody wants to know if I could put the radar in motion. And I will do so. All right, there you go. Hello, Scott. How are you? All right, I'm going to wrap this up. Linda Elkins wanted the radar and lightning. Bad lightning and thunder and grays. Okay. Yep, that is moving toward you. What right now, and that is just crossing I-95 and 17. And you're probably going to see more of that within the next hour. Okay? Remember, send in your rain reports. That would be helpful as well. We got the hail reports, which is great. And there still could be more hail, especially from in McIntosh County. That looked like a little core in that storm down to the south. So it's going to continue to push off to the north-northeast. And we've still got another hour, maybe even an hour and a half of some heavy downpours along the I-95 corridor and still back to the west. It's kind of spreading out now back towards Statesboro, which was dry at the beginning of this, but is seeing some showers. And if anybody is living in Vidalia, not done just yet, okay? Collins, Glenville, Pembroke, Hinesville, Jessup getting a break right now, but anyone could see a heavy downpour once this line is out of here. All right? I will see you guys later, okay? If you have any questions, I'm here, and hopefully you can join us for the News at 11. No late night 11. We are going on time. Basketball is over, and we shall talk to you later. All right. Good night.